Hello crochet friends, in this video I will show you how to make this really cute cable bun hat, and this is a yarn that I'm using, but you could use any kind of medium weight yarn. The color is called Desert Spring and I'm using a size K hook. So to begin, you will need to create a slip knot, and then you will have to chain 52 chains, and then we'll meet there. Okay, so once you're finished, then you're gonna make sure that your chains are not all twisted, and then you're gonna slip stitch them together. Okay, next you're gonna chain 2 chains, and then you're gonna yarn over and put a double crochet into the very next stitch, and you could also do it over the tail, just crochet over it so you don't have to sew it in later. Okay, and this very first row we're just gonna do 1 double crochet all the way around, 1 in each stitch. Okay, so once you're finished, you're just gonna slip stitch to the top of the chain 2 you did in the beginning, and then you're gonna chain 2 again, and you're gonna put 1 double crochet into the next 2 stitches. So 1 and then 2. Okay, to begin the cable stitch pattern, you're going to do 4 double crochets without pulling through in the same stitch. And how you do that is you yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2, and leave it on your hook. Okay? And once you're done, you should know by counting your loops, and you should have a total of 5 loops on your hook. Okay, once you have 5 loops on your hook, then you're going to chain 3, and then you're going to pull through all the loops, chain 1 and tighten. Do 1 double crochet into the next 3 stitches. So 1, 2, and 3. So again, to begin the cable stitch pattern, you're going to do 4 double crochets without pulling through in the same stitch. So you're going to yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2, leave it on the hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2, leave it on the hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2, leave it on the hook, and you should have a total of 5 loops on your hook, and on your very last loop you're going to do a chain of 3. Okay, so again you should have a total of 5 loops on your hook, and then you yarn over and pull through all 5 loops, chain 1 and tighten. And just repeat this pattern all the way across this row. Okay, so if you're doing this row right, your last stitch should be a cable stitch. And once you're done, you should just slip stitch together, and then again chain 2, and then you're gonna do 2 double crochets, 1 in each stitch. Now you're going to do the cable stitch in between the chain 3 and the 3 double crochet that you didn't pull through all the way. Okay, so there's a hole right there. As you could see, the chain 3 is on the left and the 3 double crochet that you didn't pull through all the way is on the right. So again, you're going to start this cable stitch by doing 4 double crochet without pulling all the way. Okay, so yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2, leave it on the hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through 2, leave it on the hook. Okay, so once you have 5 loops, then you're going to chain 3, yarn over, and pull through all 5 loops. Chain 1 and tighten, and then the first stitch is right behind the cable, so you're gonna have to push it aside to get to it. See, it was kind of hard. Okay, so next you're gonna continue the pattern by doing 1 double crochet into the next 3 stitches. So next you're gonna do your cable stitch, and you're gonna keep repeating this pattern for this row, and then the next 4 more rows, same pattern, and then we'll meet there. So by now you should have your first row of double crochets, and then your 6 rows of the double crochets with the cable stitch pattern. For this first part, we're going to chain 1 because we are going to join these 2 double crochets. And now I'm going to join the double crochet to the cable stitch by doing a double crochet without pulling all the way through in this stitch, and leave it on the hook. Then we are going to go into the next stitch and do the cable stitch by doing 4 double crochets without pulling all the way through. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 loops on your hook. Then you're gonna chain 3, then yarn over and pull through all of the loops. Chain 1 and tighten, and that's how you join the double crochet to the cable stitch, or in other words, that's how you decrease these 2 stitches into 1. And now I'm going to join the 2 double crochets by doing a double crochet without pulling all the way through, and then another one into the next stitch. And then you're going to yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. Okay, so now you're going to do another double crochet without pulling all the way through, and you're going to leave it on the hook. Then you're going to do the cable stitch. So when you finish, you should have a total of 6 loops on your hook. Then continue with the cable stitch. And what we are doing is we are decreasing by grabbing 2 stitches and turning them into 1 stitch. And you're gonna keep continuing this pattern all the way across this row, and then we'll meet at the next row. Okay, so once you're finished with this row, you're gonna slip stitch together. Then you're going to start off by chaining 1, and then we are going to join these 2 together. So you're just gonna go ahead and do the cable stitch. Okay, so once you have 5 loops on your hook, then you're gonna chain 3, and you're gonna leave those on your hook too. Now you're gonna yarn over, go into the next stitch, that big one right there, and you're going to do a double crochet without finishing it. Leave it on the hook. Then you're going to do another cable stitch into the next stitch. Also, don't forget to do your chain 3 at the very end of your cable stitch. We're going to join all these stitches into 1 stitch. Okay, so you should count the loops on your hook, and you should have a total of 10 loops on your hook. And then you pull through all of them, chain 1 and tighten. Okay, and then again, we're going to do the same thing. So we're going to go into the loop, pull up a loop, pull through 2, leave it on the hook. And then we're going to go into the cable stitch and do 4 double crochets without pulling through. Okay, so you should have 6 loops on your hook by now, and then you're going to chain 3 into your last one. Okay, then you're going to go into the next stitch and do a double crochet without pulling through, and leave it on your hook as well. Next, you're going to go into the other cable stitch and do 4 double crochets without pulling through. Okay, then you're going to chain 3 at the very end. Then you're going to count all your loops, and you should have a total of 11 loops on your hook. You should also note that the second decrease and the rest of the decreases are going to have 11 loops on the hook as well. Okay, so here's the last cable stitch. It didn't have another cable stitch to get joined to, so that one's just gonna be by itself, and that's fine. And we'll just complete that and slip stitch to the beginning. And then you're finished. You can just cut your tail and sew it in.